Oh, what?
What's the matter?
What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business with Jay and A. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay.
And I'm Kitchy Nay.
And someone is listening to the replay right now so I can hear it. All right. One of them was me, I think. So cool. That's our taken care of. Sorry about that. We were talking cocktails. I didn't have the speaker on. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. That was not the most professional or best opening I've ever had. Here are our lovely guests tonight, Kelly Patterson and Paul Spencer from the Velveteen Lounge Kitsch-en. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello. Great. Glad to be here.
We are going to talk all things kitchen night and a lot of cocktails. And before we say goodbye to our guests for a few minutes, let's get right into this. Oh. Hello. Haha. Ah, there we go. Oh my gosh, so many things going wrong.
Oh my goodness.
It's like chaos. It is like chaos. All right, let's try this again. I know. Time for Jay's Tiki Talk, where each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and give you guys a little education about them. However, based on our guest tonight, now if you've not seen our guest, you should be watching their YouTube channel, Velveteen Lounge Kitsch-en. They make cocktails. So in honor of them, I'm going to make an old 1940s cocktail. And the cocktail is called Zero Special. So if anyone wants a recipe, here it is. So let me adjust my camera down, because if you've watched how they do their videos, I'm going to do it just like them. So all you do. Yeah, I'm making a libation. I'm sorry. Is combine.
Lovely libation.
It is lovely.
I'm making a double because we're going to be here for a while. So normally I'm going to read you the recipe, but I'm making a double. So just be aware. Okay. So all you do is combine 1 ounce fresh lime juice, 3/4 ounce of creme de cassis, a 1/4 ounce of Grand Marnier, and 1.5 ounces of Jamaican rum. And I am using Smith & Cross. Has nothing to do with my name, but I love this rum. Nice. So I'm going to give it a good shake, and I'm going to keep the camera back up here. Whoop. We're going to give it a good shake. Now, normally, you would put it in this type of glass, but since I made a double, and I have my own rocks glass with my own home bar on it, the Den of Sin, I'm going to put it in there. Oh, strainer. I'll use this dusty one. All right, cool. Remember, I didn't have a strainer with me. So you would then strain it into your cocktail glass. Ooh.
Ooh, very nice.
And although I don't need it for this moment, in case you need a cocktail stir, I happen to have a fancy-dancy cocktail stir.
Oh, ooh, nice.
Well done.
Kitchen cocktail.
Very nice.
Right. Well done.
I love
so,
it.
Cheers to everyone watching. Cheers to our guests, and cheers to my co-host.
Yes.
A link.
Now, we do have one member of a live studio audience.
Stacy.
Hello there.
Looking very cute.
I forgot to show when I was doing my little kitschy thing earlier today was this awesomeness right here. It looks like a bowling ball, but look, oh, it's a bar.
Yes.
Hello.
The ball.
And so, based on the video you guys made today, our bar has tequila in it.
Oh, nice.
So if you've never seen one of these, you just give a little press here, and the tequila then shoots out into the glass.
You don't even have to pick it off.
Automatic.
So now we have a little tequila, and our guest, our studio audience, is going to have some tequila.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my favorite.
I don't mind
Cheers, Stacy.
Cheers as well.
Cheers. Nice.
So
Fun.
my day just
Brava.
I just have red wine in my, but I do have a kitschy glass, and I had the mate for it, which I was going to show you all to show you the color. It's this awesome kind of greenish yellow color with these polka dots on it, and it's got this cut glass on the bottom. But I accidentally broke its mate. Yes, I broke its mate on my tile ceramic basement floor in a million pieces before the show. So I have one now, but it is a cool glass. It's kitsch.
Nice.
All right, you guys enjoy your cocktail. We'll see you in a little bit. Now, those of you who are new to watching the show, thank you for tuning in. The way the show works is kind of like a nighttime talk show. We're going to have some segments now. We're going to do our scores of the week, duds of the week, all kinds of fun stuff. And then our guests will be back about the half-hour mark, and we'll talk with them about all things kitschy. So let's get right to our next segment, shall we?
Okay.
That's not our next segment. What is going on today? There we go. There we go. All right, now it's time for Nate's breast cancer update and fact of the week.
Okay, so the main takeaway of this segment will be that I am still fighting, and I've got my boxing gloves on, my pink boxing gloves on, and I'm going. So I had another doctor's appointment today, and my blood work is a little messed up. I have to get some more tests, and I will. I'll get everything straightened out. But you know, I have to get I have surgery coming up, and I have to take care of what's going on. So I will do that, and I'm still fighting. And for anybody that has cancer or any challenges like this, you know, I know it's hard to keep a positive attitude sometimes, but it is true that, you know, keeping your boxer gloves on, keeping, you know, fighting, keep going on, have good friends, good family, people that really encourage you to go on. That's all important. So I'm going on, I'm fighting. I've got the boxing gloves on, and that's it. Thank you.
Keep fighting, girl.
Thank you.
All right. Now we go right to our scores of the week. Nay and I share with you the cool stuff we sold this week. Not always for the most money, but good brands to be on the lookout for and things you should definitely keep your eyes open. All right, Nay, you're up first. Nadine, hello. Come in. What happened to Nadine?
I just sold this today. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just sold this today. This is an authentic Jimmy Choo eyeglass sunglasses case. I got it at the bins for next to nothing, because we know that at the bins it's 99 cents a pound or whatever your local bins are. And this didn't cost, you know, this was like about 4 ounces. So this costs pennies on the dollar. I sold it for $14.95 plus shipping, and it went out today in a padded envelope first class. So that was a good sale. And then this one, Coldwater Creek, is it's kind of a bread and butter brand. They have gone out of business, but their plus sizes still sell well, and you know, they still sell. This was new with tags, and it sold for $39.99 with free shipping, and that was a good sale there. So I paid $4.99 for that. And then this swimsuit top, it was a plus size swimsuit top. I paid $2.99 for it, and I sold it for $24.99 plus $6 shipping. So it's a good deal. And then this is a score because I found this while I was cleaning out my linen closet. And yeah, so we had some toddler crib sheets from my last baby who was born in 2012, and we never used them. There were a bunch of them, and I sold actually 2 sets of these. So the next, I sent Jason a photo, but they actually sold for like $30 because they bought 2 of these, and so that was great. So that was a $30 sale right there for, you know, nothing, because I never use them. So
nice. All right, so this is my first score. This is Rebel Spirit. I was unaware of this brand, and this looks like any of the other stuff you see, like, you know, dudes coming to Vegas to watch UFC wear. But for whatever reason, this brand sells very, very well, and I sold it for $90, and it was only listed for maybe a couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for Rebel Spirit. And if you're in my Facebook group, the Thrifting Board, if you're not, come on over and join us. I showed you the other day that if you shop someplace cool, exclusive, fun, that has awesome bags. When you buy stuff, you can sell the bags. So this was the bag I got when I bought something, and I sold it for $29.99. Harley Davidson has been kind of on the down wane on the t-shirts, but this is a nice button down that I sold for $49.99, and it was only listed for maybe 3 weeks. So I'm thinking maybe Harley riders have kind of gotten away from the black t-shirts and gone into the nicer button downs. And then my other score this week is this little just cup I picked up for $1. Didn't know anything about it. I put it out to the Facebook group, the Thrifting Board, because I didn't know what I was looking at, and got a lot of help right away because I didn't know what this said in the bottom. So I got a lot of help. I listed it, and it sold within like 4 days for $28.99. So that was a great, great score. And I thank you, Thrifting Board members, who helped me decipher what it said, what it is, and helped me get it sold. All right, you've seen our scores. Now it's time for... our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours. All right, now you can kick off the duds.
Okay, so I've had this this set listed for probably since 2011. It's bad. It's really bad. So
yeah, you think?
yeah, so I do remember I got this by the pound, but still I probably should have redonated it a long time ago. But lo and behold, someone came around and offered me, I think I sold it for $24.99. That's not showing the actual offer price, but I took the offer. I was like, yes. I dug it out from my my bins, my old bins, and I sent it off, and they were happy. So $24.99 gone. And then this was another. This is a dud with a silver lining.
What's
now.
up? What is this?
So I got this in the bins again. So it was one of those that I found, and it was kind of a no risk thing because again I paid pennies on the dollar for it. But I sold it for $7.99 plus shipping, so they paid over $10 for it, and it went first class. And so, although it was a dud CD, because I got it at the bins and I didn't pay much for it, and the profit margin was so high, it was kind of a bit of a score, but it was still a dud CD. So.
All right, this kind of looks like a dud, and it's kind of a dud in a way, but I paid about a nickel for both these pieces. I was at a going out of business sale, and I got a bunch of like keychains and stuff from liquor companies. So I sold it for $7.49 plus $1.99 shipping, but I paid a nickel. So the profit margin's there. It's just not a big sale. So it's not a complete dud, but just kind of a reminder, you can buy things really cheap and sell them cheap, and I sold 3 and I got 3 more. So the listing can keep getting relisted, and I will make a nice profit margin. It's just not big money. And this one I found on season 1 of Thrift Hunters, which was a couple years ago, and it just sold for $9.99 with free shipping. I'm sorry, it paid shipping because it went to the UK. So yeah, so it took me about 3 years to sell one postcard. It was a cool lenticular postcard, old shot of the Museum of Art in Los Angeles, but took a little too long to sell. All right,
there's patience.
You've seen our scores. You've seen our duds. Now it's time for close encounters of the thrifty kind. This is where Renee and I share fun little stories when we're out thrifting, and we interact with people that sometimes can be weird, sometimes can be fun.
All right. So during my thrifting class at the beginning of February, this is Sherry, and she kind of sparked an idea in my head. So she found a set of plastic grapes in this Roxy bag. It was a purse, and she found that green set of plastic grapes. So then I thought, well, if I go through purses and I see what I can find, maybe I can find some interesting stuff. So since then, I have been going through purses in the thrift stores, trying to find some exciting stuff and photographing it. So that's been my thrifty encounter. Now, I haven't found anything that outlandish, but and a lot of purses are empty. They're really clean. The thrift stores do their job and look in them and empty them out. But I have found from the top right, I found a exotic Mexican restaurant pen. And then down, I found a neatly folded but used Smart Food popcorn bag. And then I found somebody's house key in another purse. And then the probably grossest, nastiest winner of a thing that I found was a pair of used, nasty black socks that were, yeah, they were
panties, but socks is just right up there as bad.
Yeah, they were socks. Somebody stuffed their used nasty socks in the purse, and there they still sat in the purse. So those are that's what I found in my little experiment.
Nice.
I've done this, so there you go. And I'm gonna also try it with pockets next. So
cool.
We'll see what I find in pockets.
So this is Teresa Cox. She's a good friend of Nadine and I. She helps me run my Facebook group, the Thrifting Board. And so her and I spent some vacation time in Boston together, and we went thrifting. So this is not my thrifting encounter. This is actually hers. But I was looking through old photos, and I found this, and it made me laugh again. Because what does this say about your fashion? When you're out thrifting and you find the exact same sweater you're wearing, does that say, oh, I'm worn it past its prime? Or, boy, someone was a fool who got rid of this. So, yeah, this is this. I've never had this happen to me, but this was epic when she pulled that out. I heard her laughing, and I turned, and she was holding that sweater. So this is my old school thrifty encounter with Teresa. All right, now it is time for our Thrifty Tips of the Week. And the Thrifty Tip segment is brought to you by Stamps.com. Postage on demand. Stamps.com's online postage service enables small businesses like me, Nadine, and all of you, enterprises, and online retailers to print U.S. Postal Service approved postage with just a computer, a printer, and an internet connection right from your home or office. And I love Stamps.com. I use them every day.
Okay, so my thrifty tip is when you're thrifting fabric, do not ignore seasons. Now, Christmas, Hanukkah, Halloween, Easter, whatever it is, will sell all year round. Why? Because crafters will be making those items for that holiday very early in the year. So I just sold recently 4 yards of some not so great quality cotton fabric that was Halloween for $22. And why did I sell it now in the middle of March? Because whoever bought it is going to make their Halloween project now. They're gonna be starting on that now for Halloween. So when you're looking at fabric, look at all the holidays and buy it all year round and list it right away, and it will sell all year round.
Okay, my tip is, and I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again, because guess what? I didn't listen to my own tip, Nadine, so because I failed myself, I have to share. Okay, you should never ever buy or sell emotionally. It is all business. It is business to thrift and buy products to sell. It is business when people make you offers. I saw these for $1.99, and I thought, what a sweet score. I got Bambi, I got Donald Duck, I got Mickey, I got Dumbo. These are Disney golden-shaped books. I thought, what a sweet score. No. Here's 3 of the 4 that sold for a whopping $7. Yeah, this was a big old dud, but because I was like, oh, my youth, Disney, small books, I did not think about it and even double check it, but these are duds. So
don't shop emotionally.
Do not shop emotionally. And my wife, I was already going to do this. My wife said the same thing. We have 2 cute little girls across the street, a couple of the only kids I actually like. So guess what? They're getting brand new Disney books. Yay! Oh, I'm making a mess over here. All right, you've seen our thrifty tips. Now it is time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me, where Nay and I share tips and tricks of what to do and what not to do when shipping. You've Got to Be Shipping Me is brought to you by Bubble Fast, a family-owned business providing quality shipping supplies to the online community since 1999. Bubble Fast, the internet's home for shipping supplies. And if you use the code J&A like you see on your screen, you can save 10% off your entire order. So make sure to check out Bubble Fast. Speaking of bubbles.
Okay, yes. So my advice is do not run out of your shipping supplies, because I ran out of bubble wrap recently. Yeah, really bad. And I had to run to my local office supply store where bubble wrap is not only more expensive than what you can buy online at bubblefast.com, but also lesser quality. So I was stuck buying this roll of bubble wrap that I didn't really want because of the lesser quality and the higher price, but I needed bubble wrap right away because I ran out. So I have since, you know, I will be ordering from bubblefast.com, but yeah. But since then, you know, I've realized that, again, don't run out. So that's my tip.
All right. Now, usually I do what not to do. I'm going to show you something that's 90% what to do and 10% what not to do. For those of you who don't know, most of you do. What's my dirty little secret? Who's my favorite musical artist? Yes, that's right. If you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Spice Girls. And I just got this new set of Spice Girls dolls from a good friend, Elizabeth, who's in the thrifting board. And she found this and sent it to me. And I bought it off her. And I was so excited to get it. Now, she shipped it to me. And I told her tonight, I said, you're going to be part of my shipping segment. You did good, and then you did bad. So the good part is, it's a long box. This box is very long and also kind of wide. So what she did was she took 2 regional B boxes and put them together. And we call this Frankenboxing when you stick boxes together. So good on her for doing that. Perfect. Once you alter in any shape or form a regional box or a flat rate box, boom, you're good. It just goes by weight. Now, here is where she goes bad. It is 2017, and she is still taping paper to her boxes. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be using... Oh, I should have this ready. You should be using labels.
So what are you going to say to me, Jason?
They take seconds. Seconds. Taping paper is so 1998. It is not 2017. Don't tape paper. Get your labels. Labels. Get your labels.
So also get high quality labels because
yes,
I've made that mistake before.
Yes, we both have tried the best. We've tried the worst. The middle works perfect. Perfect. Alrighty, now it is time for... I don't know what the sound effect is.
Oh,
it's this. I got it.
all right.
It is our eBay tip of the week. Once the thrifting fun is done, it's time to get... Oh, I just said it wrong. Once the thrifting is done, it's time for eBay fun. Get your stuff listed. This segment is brought to you by Free Up E-Commerce, the hands-on hiring platform for pre-vetted e-commerce workers. Free Up with 3 E's is the hands-on solution to hire remote e-commerce workers. Free Up vets hundreds of workers a week, so you get access to the top 1% of online talent whenever you need them. Sign up is free, no monthly fees, no minimum hours. Get the workers you need when you need them, and only pay for the hours they work. Brenda, a loyal watcher of our show. Hello, Brenda. Heard Nate when he was on and is now on her way to building a remote empire with her team of Free Up workers. Go to freeup.com with 3 E's to start to free up your time and scale your business. So here's my tip. I bought a Netflix box set that was sent to people who vote on like stuff like the Emmys. And it was only $4. I would have bought it anyway, but it had seasons of different series in the box. Now, some of the seasons, like this one, no one cares about. So this only sold for $9.99. But my tip is make sure you look at the whole picture. Here are 3 I've sold recently, $9.99, $10.04, $38.99. I sold a $20 and another $9.99, all out of the same $4 box set. Now, if you look at this box set as a whole, you can find them for good deals on eBay. Get it, buy it, break it out. The Making a Murderer is an easy $4 sale. So most people don't pay attention. This is the time when the parts are worth well more than the whole.
Okay. So my tip is, sorry about that. So my tip is when you're in the eBay app, at the bottom, all the way at the bottom, there's a help and if you go to my eBay, you click on my eBay, there's a help and contact section. Now that can be very, very helpful actually. So if you want to call eBay, if you have a problem, if you need to contact them, you don't need to go to your computer. You can click on, there's a bunch of solutions there. Click on did not receive an item, you're tracking your package, you're returning an item, whatever, you're canceling an order. So in my example, I want to get higher seller. I want to elevate my seller fees, request a selling limit increase. So if I clicked on that, Jason, do you have more graphics there for me?
Yep.
Okay. So if you were to click on request a selling limit increase, then you would get the screen that said to call eBay, and you can click on that and you can see your wait time. And also they'll give you information that maybe will prevent you from calling. Maybe your question will be answered there. But if not, you can just click on the call eBay button and you'll see your estimated wait time right there in the eBay app. And you can just easily make a phone call by that. And it's very simple. So you don't have to go to your computer for that to get eBay help. So use that in the eBay app.
Okay, I don't normally do this, but I have to address my don't tape paper on. People are like, people are arguing. They're arguing in the chat, and they tape paper on.
Well,
I'm like, when you order from Amazon, when you order from Macy's, when you order from Target, they don't tape damn paper on. And people are like, well, they got deeper pockets than me. 4 pieces of tape, a piece of paper, and ink is no more expensive nor cheaper than printing a label out on a thermal printer. None.
It does matter though what labels that you actually receive, because as you know, I've received some really bad labels that have not printed out well. So
thermal labels print out and they do not need tape over them, and they're just as cheap and more time consuming. 4 pieces of tape, your paper. Time is worth money. If you ship a lot of items like I do, that's a lot of time. So stop doing that.
I'm with you.
Hey, I know only 130 years ago your mail came on a horse.
All right.
Times change. Times change. All right. Now it's time for our Lifesavers merit badge. Now, in my group, the Thrifting Board, we fashion ourselves as a beach. We don't have admins. We have lifeguards. And because of that, we have the Lifesavers merit badge, where a post has gone really well, and it's been kind of epic. So our epic post this week is from Herbert Coy, who sold this dish to a nice little old lady who was just beside herself because her mother had passed, and she broke the relish size dish of this item here to match this. And Herbert said, had I known that, I would have just sent her this for free. And Nay, you and I know, and all the people who run our groups know, people always assume the worst when people tell you a story.
Yes.
And in this case, it was true. She didn't buy this, but then Herbert put it out to the group, and Andrew, who's the Mac Daddy, found the exact size she was looking for. Herbert then purchased it from another eBay seller and shipped it to her. And you should read this whole post. It is very awesome. This is the human spirit in full action. There was no conspiracy theory. No one thought that they were being hoodwinked or hornswoggled or nothing.
Hornswoggled?
Is that a good word? Is that a good kitchen word? Hornswoggled?
It's a great word, yes. Yeah.
So good job, Andrew. Good job, Herbert. It definitely gives you hope for the human race, because that kind of selflessness is just awesome.
Yeah,
just
that
awesome.
was a great post. Yes.
And that's what our group is all about. All right, our last segment. Oh, whoops. Our last segment before we get in here is oh dear. I'm having fat thumbs tonight.
Great.
Thank you, J&A's Mini Thrift Hauls. Renee and I tease you for our upcoming. We do another show called Thrift Hauls, where we, after a week of shopping, show you everything we got and kind of tell you why you should be finding it. So we just tease you a little bit, and then you turn into the Thrift Haul, and we'll show you why things are good. Not all Doc Martens are good, but these are very good. Okay. And we will talk why. And I did spend a premium on a thrifted item. I spent $15, but we will talk about our next Thrift Haul why.
I would spend 15.
I am not keen on buying vintage or made clothing without brands. I have a hard time selling it. But because of our guest tonight, this is probably the most kitschy dress I've ever seen that was homemade. And it is perfect for your July 4th.
Oh, that is awesome. That is an awesome dress.
Belt.
Oh, I want it.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to keep this up here so we get them back on.
Can you just bring that to me when you come?
Yes. So on our next thrift haul, we will talk with Nay about buying clothing that has no labels that was homemade.
Yeah.
I couldn't skip that. All right, Nate, what you got?
I can talk about that. So I have 2 kitschy items for in honor of our guest. This is a trivet, and this brand. Now, if it wasn't this particular design, although this design will sell well, if it wasn't this particular design, it would sell even better. But I will talk to you about what exact label is on the back of this, which I'm covering up. But it's still a very cool trivet. It's got actual stones and shells in it, and it's a kind of a cool green color. So we'll talk about that. And also, this is my alternative wardrobe choice tonight, but I am going to be selling this. And this is another kitschy dress.
Nice.
Yes, it's from the 70s. And I'll be talking about the tag particularly in it and why this tag is 70s and what about it is 70s. And as you can see, it's a nice bright pink floral, and it's got this nice collar, and it's got a bow tie on it. So it's a very cool dress, but I'll talk more about that in the haul. So,
all right, then one bit of clean the house. What do you call it? Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Clean it up. I couldn't think of it. I'm teaching 2 classes in a little over a week in New Jersey and Philly. Philly is sold out. Actually, it's oversold, and New Jersey has 1 spot left. So if you're in the chat and you're in the New Jersey, Delaware, New York City area, and you want to join us, I have just posted the link to just message me on Facebook. I am Jason T. Smith. We got 1 spot left. We take you through the thrift store, and both of us take you section by section. The cool thing when you get both of us is when I'm teaching you CDs, May's ahead in the linens prepping it, and then I'll drop you guys in linens, and she'll teach you linens while I'm going ahead to the men's jeans and prepping that. So this way we can really conquer the thrift store as one big unit. So if you want that last spot on April 12th, it is in the New Jersey suburbs that are just to the east of Philadelphia, across the river. Hit us up and we will get you squared away. All right, it is time for
Drumroll, please.
it's time for our guest of the week, Kelly Patterson. Excuse me, Kelly Patterson from the Velvetine Lounge Kitchen, and her husband, Paul Spencer. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello, glad to be here.
Aloha,
Yes, cheers.
everybody.
Oh, cocktails! Cheers! Cheers! Oh yes, cocktails.
Yes.
There we go again. So first of all, what is everybody drinking again tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, what chat? What kind of cocktails you got? We got a great live audience tonight, so thank everyone for tuning in. And let me give you a quick little how I know Kelly. There are tiki events that happen around the country, around the year, and they've been happening for years. And Stacy and I go to a lot of them. And we were at one in San Diego, and Kelly was going to be giving a speech. And if you've not watched her videos, you'll understand this when you do. She is full of energy, like crazy energy. And when I see her get ready, I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of my thought. And then she talked, and of all the tiki events I've been to, it was the best presentation ever. And I've given one, and I put you way above me.
Thank you.
Oh,
So
Wow.
I'm so glad, don't judge a book by its cover. You were just so entertaining. You know how many years ago, and I still have your cocktail stir because I was so involved with you, and it's been at my bar this whole time.
We're on our last box of those.
oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now I have Zero Special on my laptop because I showed the cocktail stir.
Nice.
So you guys do this weekly series on YouTube, and you have a Facebook page and all that stuff.
Yes.
And you talk a lot of cocktails. And so let's back up a little bit and let's, go old school interview. How'd you two meet?
We met doing theater, actually. I was an apprentice in a theater company, and Paul was
What are
doing.
you two are theater nerds? Get out. I say,
Yes, we're theater nerds.
They put
That's
us in there,
cool.
which was very small, so
And
things happen.
dangerous. Yeah, that
Yeah.
theater was raised, actually. It's not even there anymore.
Tight
Oh,
spaces
wow.
in danger. That's how you get together.
Yeah.
so you were not drunk in my dad's bar like my wife was, right? That's just
Oh my goodness.
I don't think
Not that I
I don't
recall.
remember that, but
The bar came later.
So how long ago did you guys meet?
1993. Three, yeah,
Yeah.
long time ago.
Wow, that is a long time ago.
93.
I tell you.
Math is hard. Yeah.
And so you guys met at the theater, you fell in love, and one day you said, we should do this whole thing, Velveteen Lounge Kitchen. I mean, so where did that get born from? Whose idea was it? Was there a lot of cocktails involved in getting to that point?
Yes, it was my idea, and it came from a couple of different directions. It started with our bar, which we still use in the show, which was, I call it my first piece of grown-up furniture. My mother and my sister bought it for me at an antique mall in Lebanon, New Hampshire. And I had no place to put it because I was living with 4 roommates. So I lived on my mother's porch under a tarp for about 6 months. Then I finally moved in with Paul, and we had room for the bar. So we had that going. We had a bar, and we didn't know how to make drinks. So we started picking up bar guides and mixing and experimenting. And at the same time, I do theater, and I was taking a class where I had to write a play. So I was writing a play about a woman in the 1930s doing a cooking show on the radio. So the two just kind of dovetailed, and it moved forward in time, and here we are.
And now it's 2017, and you're enjoying life.
That's right.
It's not bad.
I know, it could be a lot worse.
It's not bad at all.
So, you probably didn't, you didn't gaze into each other's eyes and like, oh my gosh, let's do this. When did it start?
It evolved. It started probably around 2008.
That's about right. We started with just a couple episodes and just experimenting. We had made short films before that, which actually appeared in the Blob Fest, which is held in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And they were a couple of films about the blob. And so we got our feet wet with that. I had borrowed camera, no lighting, no sound. It was really low, but it was fun. Even the very first thing we did, you watch it, you're like, it's really grainy, but it's fun, And we went from there. We started doing a show, and I said, well, why don't we do this every quarter? And then it became monthly, and then weekly, and then eventually it's twice
every
weekly.
2 weeks. Yeah, now it's twice a week and live.
It just grows, and just more and more content. But you realize that if you're producing content, if you're producing an episode, and you say, gee, can we do a little more? Yeah, you can tack on maybe half an hour worth of time. You have a whole nother episode. Yeah. If you're already set up, just keep shooting. You can get 2 episodes or 1.5 in the same space as one, really.
So when did you actually start on YouTube?
Probably about 2009.
I guess. Well,
it was early. Yeah, it was.
We've always put it on YouTube, but I guess we really started concentrating on saying let's have a show that's regular. 2009, 2010.
Yeah,
maybe?
And then a lot of those old ones are gone because they were just they were fun, but they weren't that great. So I would maybe we'll do them again because they were a great deal of fun. But when you look at them now, I just cringe. The refrigerator was like blasting in the background, and the pace was so slow. Watching it
over time, you upgrade your camera, you upgrade your microphone,
you get some lights,
you upgrade your lighting.
Yeah,
and, I'm looking at it right there. I mean, that's the thing. That's why we can hear Jay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Nay and I are the same way. If you go back and watch our first show, Nay was in the little bottom corner of me the whole time like this.
Yeah.
You didn't look up. We didn't have mics. And so, yes, you're very much right. When you do a show, you build and build. Like you should never, your first show and your 100th show shouldn't be the same at all. You should definitely grow.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
So can you guys tell us what exactly is kitsch?
Kitsch is, well, I think the original definition of kitsch was something that the people had a sentimental attachment to. So like, trays that were like souvenirs from a trip, or like a little model that says world's greatest grandmother or something, And then I think now it's really evolved to just something that I think it makes people feel something. And the fact that it was, I think, meant to be a serious object, but then it sort of fell short, like a Velvet Elvis, like someone really thought they were making art, and it's on black velvet, and a lot of them just aren't that good. So I definitely think there's an aspect to that too.
Yeah, one of the original definitions that kicks around and you can still find places is a work of art, or just a work of, well, something maybe, that aspires towards grandeur and fails.
Yes.
I like that. Cheers to that.
Yes.
So you can find sorts of works out there that really try hard, and they just don't get there. But the trying is what makes it something interesting.
Exactly.
And I think you're defining about 50% of what inspires, say, who am I thinking of? Pink Flamingos.
John Waters.
John Waters.
Yeah.
I mean, he just looks for things that try so hard to be great and they're terrible, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the definition of it. You ready for the most awesome black velvet painting?
Yes.
And that's
I would buy that.
well, there's a thing.
I'd like to thank our good friend Debbie Weeder for buying this for me. Yes, so this is always at the ready. So when we talk about things like this, I'm like, this is epic black velvet painting.
It's art. It's art. Yeah.
It's something.
It is something.
I don't know what it is.
Someone
But it's
made
something.
that.
But we were discussing, we were inspired by, oh, I'm sorry, please, go ahead, your hostess.
Is there a typical time frame for kitsch?
I think definitely the 50s and 60s into the 70s. I think people got a little uptight in the 80s, but I even think some 80s stuff is starting to become kitsch.
Give it enough time.
Did disco kill kitsch like it killed a bazillion other things?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, one thing about kitsch is that it has to actually take itself a little seriously, and then you realize that it's not that serious. So there's a couple of levels there. And if you get to an era where everything is very meta and everything is ironic in jokes, I think, well, nothing is taking itself serious. Everything is
Well, they
secondary
didn't think it
levels.
was in jokes then.
So it's contemporary stuff. It's hard for it to be kitsch if it's just so in jokey. If it's not taking itself that seriously,
Right.
and itself may not be aspiring to any great heights either.
Yeah, there was a real innocence, I think, that you don't see now.
People just tried things. I mean, that we were discussing because of your broadcast this afternoon. We were discussing like what makes kitsch, and one thing we were talking about was just very high level emotion, things which inspire very, very strong external emotion. And one thing that came up, interestingly enough, was religious artifacts.
Yeah.
That, like, it's not enough that you have a church. The church has to be huge and has stained glass and huge ceilings and a choir and all that. And that ultimately, all of these things, Christianity comes out as very kitschy. And that's, I'm sure I'm offending half the viewers here, and the other half are just laughing. But the host. But the host doesn't care, so we get to go on. But there's an aspect to that. I mean, I have relatives who really believe all this stuff very dearly, and it's just like, well, bless them. Well, bless them. It doesn't make it any less kitschy, It's just that it aspires towards just this huge, like, endless mourning and all this sort of thing. And it's too much. It's just, if you try that hard, it goes over the top and it falls off. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that makes kitsch, I think. And you'll find that a lot.
So I think you guys have some things prepped there you want to share. So because I know we have a lot of viewers who are watching live right now, so thank all of you who tuned in. And I know we got a lot of viewers who will watch after the fact. You got baseball practice with your kids tonight, work tonight, whatever. A lot of people, not me, not you guys, not Nay, not Stacy, but a lot don't know what it is. They either are younger or just missed it or aren't into it. Like, your guys' house is kitsch on every level, but all the stuff, where our house is all tiki all the way top to bottom.
Right.
You guys kind of have it all. So share with us some things that are kitschy, and maybe obviously your favorites, because you have them right there at your ready.
Yes, we just happen to. Well, we have a lot of records. Paul started collecting records when he was in high school, but I am not the kind of record collector who's looking for that one really rare Beatles album. I'm looking for alcohol-related records. So,
the smooth sounds of gin and vodka.
Yes. And that it does happen to have cocktail recipes on the back. Always a bonus for me.
Doesn't hurt.
This one, Dinner and Music, Pacific Holiday, has all of these recipes inside, color photos.
Wow.
Yes. Tiki score too. So many, like, I like housewife. I call them housewife records. Little do it, like this one, do it yourself around the house. Has all these instructions on the back for like DIYing. This one, foursome, this is about your bridge party. And I just happened to make, it has recipes on the back too. I just happened to make pineapple refrigerator dessert, which is one of the recipes on it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So we'll be, Paul's going to slice into it right now. Yeah, so just these kind of record buffet, as though people were going to maybe listen to their record and make the recipes on the back at the same time.
Which you just did.
Yeah, well, which I just did, so I guess people do that. This one, here, how to plan the perfect dinner party with Gaynor and Dorothy Maddox. They were like these syndicated columnists that everyone's forgotten.
Noted experts.
Yeah, and all these recipes. And I kind of love that at the time they were really famous, and now nobody's heard of them. So that is one thing I love about it. The idea that at the time they were nationally famous and now nobody remembers. I find that very strange.
Time marches on, unfortunately, and
yeah,
those
it marches on without them, without Gaynor and Maddox.
Try and keep it alive. You know, here's the one thing that you and I were talking about yesterday. I'm not going to ask a lady her age, but you definitely weren't, both of you weren't, you're not old enough to have lived this the first time. So, what made you live it this time? You know what I'm saying? What drew you to all this? Your house, your show, all that stuff, kind of, it revolves around it.
I think definitely for me, theater, but also I think both of us have had family members who have been real pack rats. So
you don't say.
My aunt was a flight attendant she started in the 60s, and I mean up until the early 2000s, and she would fly to Honolulu and Australia, and she collected so much stuff, and I remember as a child seeing this stuff in her house, and I was just fascinated by it. Was so glamorous, the tiki stuff and her uniforms, and it was exotic, but it was also, souvenirs. It was kitsch. She collected hotel soaps. She had an entire bucket of soaps from hotels from all over the world.
Wow, that's awesome. So I want to ask you both, do you have real jobs?
He does.
Yeah, I'm actually
I do that too. She does.
Well, I mean, like you two teaching conferences? Oh no, stuff like that. Yeah, I actually work on Wall Street. I'm there 4 days a week. And,
oh wow.
1 day a week, I get to telecommute, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So she works on Wall Street, but out of our house.
Wow.
Well, hello.
Wouldn't it be funny if you worked at the same company?
One never knows. But
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So based on that, Paul, when you go to work, do you dress like this at work when you go in?
well, I don't work at the Wall Street Trader Joe's, so unfortunately, no. However, we have gone business casual, so I do get to dress down. Unfortunately, from my perspective, business casual is question mark. What the hell is that? So basically, it's exactly what I used to do without the tie. Take the jacket off and, same shirt, same pants, same shoes. That's the thing. The truth is, I really wish they go back to ties because it looks more like you're working. When it's just, oh, be casual. But it's like, yeah, but I got all this stuff to do. Rather put a suit back on.
Hey, I will tell you where it's still mid-century modern, kitschy, awesome Mad Men is the Portland eBay offices.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
You don't know eBay has offices in Portland, but it's where the mobile team works.
Okay.
So if you ever use the mobile app, that's mobile. Yeah, well, bar cards.
Oh, nice.
Bar cards. like in all the offices. It was amazing. I'm like, what year is it? This is awesome.
That makes the day go by a little faster, I think.
Oh yeah, it almost made me want to move to Portland.
Almost did. I do appreciate whoever is keeping a bottle of whiskey in the bottom of his desk.
Yes, which does still happen.
One of my coworkers did.
So what other kitschy goodness do you have to show us?
Oh my gosh, we have so much stuff. Well,
all right, let's see. Let's go through it here.
We have some useful bar things.
Kitsch drinkware.
A drunk guy decanter. And a little lamb bottle cover. So, yeah. Ugly bottles that you want to hide. Maybe you don't want to admit that you have. Yeah, you got this little lamb.
Sewn by our grandmother.
I also have lots and lots of swizzle sticks, including the drunk guy. Because I find that the drunk guy was a real, a real trope from that time. Sad drunks. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we have. Oh my gosh, we have more records.
Do you have any swizzles from your aunt?
Oh, I have tons of swizzles from my aunt. Yeah, we have the Expressway, Continental Airlines, but there's so many. Like she collected most of these. I got hundreds of swizzle sticks out of her house.
Yeah, the travel bar behind you is pretty bitchin'. I have one of those that I use.
Do you? Oh, we're going to show that because you can often find them intact.
I was about to say, where you are looking, you probably find those in two conditions only: completely unused or completely gutted. It's like there's nothing in between. I've never seen anyone that was like, oh, it's mostly in good shape. It's like, no, it's either completely mint besides the dust, or the kids played with it and it's trashed. That's it. I don't think anybody ever used them. Oh, of course we have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you sell both at the last event?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I had two at the last event I vended at, and you're right. They were brand new, all still wrapped. Everything was perfect. And they're 40, 50 years old, and they're just like, no one ever used it. Just sat in a closet for 40 years.
Yep. Great gift idea. Nobody ever does.
Yeah, exactly. For your friend who travels. So, so I have a few more of my favorite records.
These are a few of her favorite things.
Yes, these are a few of my favorite things. I like records that should never have been made because the people on them cannot sing.
Wow.
That would be me and you, Jay.
It's a retirement community. and the dresses on the they shouldn't have been singing. My favorite record in the entire collection, Camp Roosevelt. This was a weight loss camp. Not not far from where we live. Yeah. Oh no is right, because the kids might have lost a lot of weight, but they didn't gain any singing ability that summer.
Oh no.
So does the kid with water skis have one long leg and one really short leg? What's going on there?
Yes, he does.
What is going on there?
Yeah, they also couldn't draw.
No.
1975, it turns out.
Not one iota.
The arguably the worst version of Pinball Wizard ever recorded, but we have another version of Pinball Wizard from Camp Akiba in 1986. Another group of children who couldn't have sung.
10 years on, they're still doing it, folks.
Yeah, I love it. If this house was burning down, I would grab both of these records.
They're dear.
Yeah, it just makes you. I love kitsch because I start thinking about the people involved and like, why a record, or why that dress? Like, I don't know if you can see. I'm wearing a dress that was advertised on eBay as the ugliest dress ever made. So of course I had to buy it. But it's got like deer.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was wooded animals until right now.
It was touted as the ugliest dress ever made. So should I spend? Yeah, like well, you can.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, it's
awesome.
But I just think it's adult size. Like really, like I
would wear it. I would wear that dress. Yeah,
it was made for. Like why the deer dress? I just would love to have been a fly on the wall when that decision was made.
Kitsch Camo, as one of the people in the chat said. I love it.
You know.
You're appealing to a wider audience with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I noticed that whoever put all the care into this thing donated it eventually, so it's gone.
Well, she probably died.
Well, that's possible too.
Yeah. She
You
wasn't.
know, I see a lot of like Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff behind you. And
Yeah.
so I thrifted this last week.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
wow! Oh, good
That one.
score.
That series.
I
Yeah.
always tell people, here's a bonus tip. Look for the weirdest thing in the plush section. That's usually your moneymaker. Skip
Yes.
the dogs, skip the bear, skip the rabbits. Find the weird things. This was a buck at a thrift store.
Wow, that's a great score. Yeah, we found these. Oh, he's reaching for it.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Found these in a dollar store actually. Yeah, these guys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Dollar
That's pretty
store.
fun.
Yeah.
So the overall question in the chat is, and we're gonna talk about this a little bit in the after show.
Okay.
But should people who are selling these type of items put kitsch in the title if they're selling on eBay or Etsy or wherever?
I think so. And
Yeah.
also, I would look for the thing that's weird about it. Like if it's a record with recipes on the back, I know I would be interested. Or if it does double duty, because we actually have a pretty small house. So I like things that I can actually use, like a decanter or, so it might be a really cool looking thing, but if I can also use it, bonus.
Yeah. Functionality is very important with these things.
Oh yeah, because I was talking about earlier when I did my little video that one of the ultimate tiki records to buy usually sells upwards of $100, but someone just sold the cover, and like you said, you like to use it. Someone used the cover for artwork, and they just sold the empty cover, no record, for $30.
Wow. Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
They
of
take you on.
course.
No, Tiki Gardens LP. I will try and find it. But yeah, so there's an album called Tiki Gardens. The Tiki Gardens was a place in Florida. You would basically just walk through some gardens that had tikis in it, and they had a record you buy at the gift shop. And the music is horrible, but collectors want it. They'll pay $100 for the record. They'll pay $30 for the empty
Cover
Wow.
alone.
cover, just the cover. Guys, if you watch their videos, they have albums everywhere. They change it out for their videos.
We do, yeah.
And people notice that they were talking about in the chat. They're like, I like how they theme out their records.
Oh, yeah. I'm always looking for a themed record.
Well, I like to
Now-
say that, I have a few records, but that's just an understatement. I have far too many, and doing this show allows us to actually use them on a weekly basis rather than just gathering dust. Once again, with the functionality,
Yes.
play your records. I've got it sealed, it's mint. Oh, good for you.
It's always a bonus when it's actually good. When it's actually good music, it's like, wow.
Yeah, hello,
Hey.
The great thing about a lot of exotica and tiki stuff and particularly Afro-Cuban kind of things is that invariably, even if it looks like a total schlock record and it's just like nobody in his African orchestra playing jazz from 1956, what it actually is some it's like Tito Puente's band, and they finished a gig up in Harlem, and it's just like, oh, there's a recording session at 3 a.m. So they just went down and played for Omega Records, and they made this great record, and it's just all these professional guys, and it's Machitos on this record. It's just like crazy. So that era is kind of gone, unfortunately, but those records are still around. You can still find them. They're usually very good.
Yeah.
Hello, Nay.
Yes, I'm
You have a
here.
question?
No, are all of your records vintage, or do you have any newer ones that are still kind of considered kitsch?
Oh, we definitely have some newer ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's we picked up I put a bunch on my Christmas list last year because I realized that a bunch of stuff had been released on LP, and I still collect LPs, not because I think they're superior to CDs or any other format or downloads or all that, but because of the filing. CDs are thicker and they don't file as well, so it's easier for me to file LPs, and easier for them to
True.
fit in the browser rec. So it's just like, oh, East Huele, they put their album out on LP. It's like, oh, so put it on your list, and
Yeah,
somebody picks it up
exactly.
for me, and it's like it's on white vinyl and everything. It's cool,
Well, I was going to say, so do you buy
Oh.
like, do you like Esquivel?
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Oh.
So, I have vintage ones, and then I have the modern reissues, like you were just saying, like you were setting me up on the colored vinyl.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
Yep.
wow.
So it's fun.
Yeah.
There's a fun time.
If you're watching this show and you've never heard this artist, go please. After we're done, go listen. It's amazing. It's his Christmas CD will blow you away.
Yes.
It's so out there, and at a period in our time that was normal. It ain't normal no more. But man, do I love Esquivel.
There was a time. Folks, take it from Jay. He's telling it for real. The arrangements are amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely great.
I like this and I like this. Okay, so I got a weird freaking tape.
You have broad taste.
So, hey, do you like my newest find? My dress here. Would you wear this?
Not only would I wear it, I would make drinks from the Spirit of 76 Happy Hour guide.
Well,
That's awesome.
It looks about your size, so maybe we should talk after.
Is that bicentennial, Jason?
An episode coming on.
Wait a minute, Jason. Is that bicentennial? Is that 76? Is that 76 bicentennial?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes.
So I was born in 76. Embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. Good hair that year.
Yeah. So that's very appropriate for me.
We'll send you the PDF. It has the top 15 cocktails of the year, so now you know what to drink.
Which are also
Oh boy. Yes.
Turns out.
Yes, I was born in 76, so I'm outing my age.
So there's someone in the chat who was actually at Tiki Gardens. That is epic.
Oh wow.
Someone who knew it and someone who was there. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And I'm jealous.
Yes.
So we're at the top of the hour, and we just scratched the surface, and we'll definitely have you guys back. For those of you in the Secret Beach, we're going to do the after show with them, and we're going to talk a little bit more about selling and buying stuff like this. But now's the time. Tell everyone where to find you guys on every platform that you're currently on, and any maybe future platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Yeah. YouTube, we're Velveteen Lounge. Facebook, Velvetine Lounge Kitsch-en, no hyphen because it wasn't allowed. We're on Instagram and Pinterest as Velvetine Lounge. We're really just, if you search on Velvetine Lounge, you'll find us.
You'll probably find us. Yeah.
And how many shows you guys do a week on YouTube?
Two pre-recorded, and we've been trying to do one live a week. Definitely 2 a week for sure.
Yes, if you've seen their live, they all end like this. Okay, I'm going to turn off the It's so funny. So just watch their shows. They are so fun, entertaining, and kitschy. And I will end on this kitsch product I meant to share earlier. But do you guys have one of these?
I can't say we do.
No.
This is the bar set, and his tongs come out.
Oh, my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my.
this is a geez.
Oh.
This is a kitchen tiki bar set with all the accoutrement on the side, the top, and the mouth. I just lost the.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So this is kitsch. If you're still unsure, this is 100%.
There you go.
And useful.
Kitsch is so kitsch.
Useful kitsch.
And
Oh,
function-
yeah.
Once again with the functionality.
Yes.
There it is. Stuff that aspired to be better but never got there, but it's still functional. So there it is. That's the bottom line, isn't it?
Exactly.
Functionality.
All right. So I want to thank everyone who tuned in live. It was a great, great show. I want to thank our guests, and I want to thank my co-hosts as always, and those of you on the Secret Beach. We are now transitioning over to the other show. And those of you who don't know what the Secret Beach is, I do have a private Facebook group where we teach people, teach everyone how to sell better and how to make your business better and things to look for. So if you want to join, let me know. And Stacy has a request from you, Paul.
Yes.
She wants you to finish the show with your signature line.
Aw.
Oh, well. Well, thank you, Jay and Nay, and thank you, Velveteen. It's been really awesome. We're going to, will be another show next week. You'll see 2 from us. You'll see how many from you, Jay and Nay?
1, for sure.
1.
1. That sounds inadequate.
And maybe a haul show.
Don't watch it, damn it. But anyway, we will see you soon.
Bye, everybody.